Good morning. Uh, Last class we were completed 5th unit. Today we are going to be start 6th unit. It's about computer forensic. What is computer forensic? Anyone having an idea about this? So generally, if any case is something murder case, something is happened. So they are going to be collected the footprints and fingerprints, all those things. Again, some type of information come from the evidence. Usually they are asking to please go and confirm with the computer forensic lab confidentiality. Send the computer forensic lab, then you can collect the information. They will send. So like that. Forensic is nothing but evidence. So here we are going to be see about some of the things. Introduction, historical background of cyber forensic, digital forensic. సో జనరల్ గా ఫుట్ ప్రింట్స్ ఇవి ఫిజికల్ వెరిఫికేషన్ చేసే ప్రాసెస్ లో వచ్చే వాటిని నార్మల్ ఫోరెన్సిక్స్ అంటాం. In the manner of digital forensic, need for the computer forensic, then cyber forensics and digital evidence, forensics analysis of email, digital forensics life cycle. Chain of custody concept is a very important concept in this unit. Chain of custody concept. Network forensic, approaching a computer forensic investigation, and computer forensic and steganography, and relevance of the ISO 7-layer model to computer forensic. So how the computer internet layers are there. So how the data is transferring it through these 7 layers, where the data is going to be misused or properly not communicated. Then forensic and social networking sites, the security privacy threats, computer forensic from compliance perspective, challenges in computer forensic, special tools and techniques, forensic auditing and forensics. So what is the meaning of forensic? Anyone having an idea about what is the forensic? Forensic and data. Anyone? No idea. So digital forensic, how it is going to be used in cyber security means there are people who collect, process and preserve and analyze the computer related evidences. So we talk about, okay, we are going to be climb and we have something is hacked data, something is problem with the data. If some of these things are happened, we need to collect the evidence in order to approach the court. So that is, so there are people who collect, process, preserve, and analysis computer-related evidence. This is to identify the network vulnerabilities and to develop way to migrate them. So they go deep inside the network, computers, and smartphones to search for evidence of criminal activities. Understood what is this? So I will show you this simple definition for digital forensic. So digital forensic so this one, see that there are the peoples who collects, process, preserve, and analysis computer-related evidence. They help to identify the network vulnerabilities and to develop the way to migrate them. So how to avoid all those things. They go deep inside network, computer, smartphone to search for criminal activities, evidence of criminal activities. So how the crime was happened. So what are the ways to find out the evidences in the way of digital format? So digital formats means, so the data which we collected from the network or computer or smartphone. This is the way the data was collected, then the data is going to be called as digital. I'll start our unit. The first one is introduction. What is this introduction? What we are going to be seeing is cyber forensic is a simple application of computer investigation and analysis techniques. Computer forensic is a simple application of computer investigation and analysis techniques in the interest of determining the potential legal evidence in order to claim or we are approaching a court. The court definitely need some evidence. No, these evidences how to collect, how we need to go with evidences, digital evidences. For this, cyber forensic is an application, simple application of computer investigation. Forensic computing is a process of identifying, preserving, analysis, and preventing the digital evidence in the manner that the legally acceptable or legal acceptance or legal acceptance. Digital evidence in the manner that it is legally acceptable. Okay. Forensic computing is the process of identifying, preserving, and analysis digital evidence in the matter that the legally acceptable. It is a study of evidence from attacks on computer system in order to learn what has occurred and how to prevent from recurring and the extension of the damage. So how the damage was happened. So learn step by step process. So general గా మనం మూవీస్ లో కూడా చూసామంటే ఒక కేసుని ఇన్వెస్టిగేట్ చేయటం ఎలా చేస్తారు, వాట్ ఈస్ ద బేసిక్ స్టెప్స్ ఏంటి, సో అక్కడి నుంచి ఎలాగా ప్రొసీడ్ అయ్యారు, హౌ యూఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి కలెక్ట్ ద evidences. Same way the digital evidences which we are going to be collected. So for recurring and extension of the damage, for the damage, how they are going to be provide the evidences, all those. Cyber forensic is one of the emerging profession of 21st century. One of the emerging profession for 21st century. Yes sir. From there only it can be thought of as an investigation of computer-based evidence of criminal activity using scientifically developed methods that attempts to discover and reconstruct the event sequence from. So it reconstruct the event sequence from such activities. So how to develop all those things and how to proceed for legally connecting the evidences, digital evidence. The the fascinating part of the science is that the computer operating system invariably leaves behind the computer evidence transparently without the knowledge of computer operator. Yes or no? So how these attacks are going to be happened? From the starting onwards, we are going to be known that the attackers is going to be attacks the data without knowledge of user అంటాం కదా, సేమ్ అలానే కంప్యూటర్ ఆపరేట్ చేసే వాళ్ళకి even we are not much of what attack is going to be happen behind, we don't know. So that is, so the operating system invariably leaves the behind computer evidence transparently without the knowledge of computer operator. The information may actually be hidden from view. Any enterprise that uses computer networks should have concern for both security and forensic capabilities. Some enterprises they mentioned, Sonic and Manjono in 2001. They suggested that the forensics tools should be developed to scan continuously computer and the network with an enterprises for illegal activities. So ante kada. So if we are in a proper security algorithm, something is there, then through that only we can do the investigation such that we can get the evidences. So this is the way we process, this is the flow, the data is going to be transferred. So from where to where you are going to be transferred the data, everything, if you are in a proper secure manner. Yes or no? So the proof should be submitted, the evidence should be submitted to the court in the time of judgment. When misuse is detected, those tools should be record the sequence of events and store the relevant for data for further investigation. So in order to proceed the investigation, so these record sequence of events and store the relevant data is used for this investigation purpose. The special forensic software tools and techniques are required in order to recognize and retrieve such evidences. So we have some of the tools are there. So there through the tools we can find out in which order the data is transferred and where the data is thefted or modified, something was happened. So by these tools we can easily recognize that recognized data should be proceed as an evidence. Cyber forensic involves obtaining and analyzing the digital information for use in civil or administrative cases. Cyber forensic involves obtaining and analyzing such digital information for use in civil and criminal or administrative cases. Digital evidence was not considered as tangible evidence. What is the meaning of tangible? What is the meaning of tangible? Digital evidences was not considered as tangible evidences in the court until recently, but now they are gaining importance. They are not gaining the importance. It is not a tangible things. Tangible means visible things. So మన సింపుల్ గా ఎలా చెప్పాలంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ something was some murder was happened. So through this knife, so knife is a tangible. We can produce this is a knife the person was used to do the murder or something else. For example, if something is happened with computer theft, so what they are going to be provided? So these are the zeros and ones data is there. That zeros ones are visible. That is so was not considered as a tangible evidence in the court until recently, but now they are gaining the importance. So what is the technologies are there here? Disk forensics, network forensics, and wireless forensics, database forensics, malware forensics, mobile phone forensics, and GPS forensics, and email forensics, and memory forensics, and e-discovery. So these are the various terminologies are there. You can see one by one. The first one is about disk forensics. Disk forensics deals with extracting data information from storage media by searching active, deleted files, and also from unallocated and stacked space. Unallocated and stacked space. So disk అంటే ఏంటే కదా మన మెమరీ ఆర్గనైజ్ చేయడానికి యూజ్ చేస్తాం. So that only the extracting data information from the storage, which is searching active, what is the data is acting, what is the data is deleted files, and from unallocated and slack space also is going to be considered as digital forensics. And another one is about network forensics. What is network forensics? Hello. Hello. Okay. The second one is about network forensics. What is network forensic? What is the meaning of network forensic means? It is a sub branch of digital forensics related to monitoring and analysis of computer network traffic for the purpose of information gathering, legal evidence, or intrusion detection. I think these intrusion detection we were discussed in the last unit of cryptography and network security. Intrusion detection. Please be remembered. Unlike other areas of digital forensics, network investigation deals with the voltage and the dynamic information. It is also called proactive forensic. Proactive forensic. So, understood what is the network forensic? It is a sub branch of digital forensic. Forensic relating to monitor and analysis. అంతే కదా నెట్వర్క్ లోనే కదా everything is going to be analysis. Through the network only we can analyze all those things. Analysis of computer network traffic for the purpose of information gathering, legal evidence or intrusion detection. Unlike other areas or digital forensic network investigation deals with the voltage, volatile and dynamic information. It is also called proactive forensic. Then the third one is about wireless forensic. What is wireless forensic? It is also a subpart of network forensic. A network is the part of a digital forensic, and network forensic, this wireless forensic is a subpart of network forensic itself. Hello. క్లాస్ టైం కదమ్మా ఏంటి చెప్పండి. So it is a subpart of network forensic. The main goal of wireless forensic is to provide the tools required to collect and analyze the data for wireless network traffic. Before one normal network traffic, this one is wireless network. These collected can be corresponded to plain data or with a broad usage of voice over internet protocol, VoIP. General గా మనకి volatile services వస్తాయి కదా, వాయిస్ ఓవర్ ఇంటర్నెట్. దిస్ మామూలు కాల్ సర్వీసెస్ అండి. ఫోన్ మాట్లాడుతుంటే మనకి జనరల్గా వస్తాయి. 4G సర్వీసెస్ అన్నిటికి మీరు సెట్టింగ్స్లో పోతే ఎల్ఓఐపి కానీ విఓఐపి కానీ వస్తాయి, వాయిస్ ఓవర్ ఇంటర్నెట్ అని అలా వస్తాయి. So technology, especially over wireless technology. సో అంటే ఏంటి కాల్ రిలేటెడ్ అన్నమాట, ఫోన్ రిలేటెడ్ థింగ్స్ అన్ని. ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో ఏ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ నెట్వర్క్ ఫోరెన్సిక్. Then another one is about database forensic. It is a branch of digital forensic related to a study and examine the database and their related metadata. What is the meaning called metadata? Database, అంత చదువుకుంటాం కదా, డేటా మైనింగ్ అండ్ వేర్ హౌసింగ్ లో మెటాడేటా అని, డేటా అబౌట్ డేటా. సో ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ మన ఎలా అంటే ఒక చిన్న కీ దొరికితే ఆ కీ ద్వారా వీ కెన్ solve the problem. Same way, data about the data. One data is collected from the data, we have information about other data. Continuously we can go the data about data, metadata. A forensic examination of database may related to the timestamps that apply to the row updated time in the relational database table being inspected and tested for validity in order to verify the actions of a database user. Verify the actions of a database user. So how one database user ante, for example, an application, number of users are there. One user, how the activity, how the data is proceed, and yes or no, every database in every data is going to be arranged in the rows and columns of it. So if that timestamps is going to be applied to one row, apply to the row, so updated time in the relational database table being inspected and tested for validity in order to verify the actions of a database user. Then another one is about malware forensics. Deal with the analysis and identification of malicious code to study of their payloads, viruses, worms, trojans, and keyloggers, etc. So deals with the analysis and identification of malwares. So what type of virus is affected, what type of keyloggers is there, and what are the spywares are there, what are the worms are there, all the Trojan has their payloads is there, everything. It is related to talk about these unwanted code, that is a malicious code. Then another one is about mobile phone forensics. Mobile phone forensics deals with examination and analysis of mobile devices to retrieve the phone and SIM contacts, call logs, dialed, missed, and received, incoming and outgoing SMS or MMS, audio, video, pair devices history, and some of the smartphones, geolocation and calendar information, etc. So through the phone. So generally ఏదైనా ప్రాబ్లం అయినప్పుడు ఫోన్స్ కలెక్ట్ చేసుకొని వాట్సాప్ హిస్టరీ కానీ, ఫోన్ కాల్స్ హిస్టరీ కానీ, ఎన్ని మెసేజెస్ చేస్తాడు, ఇన్కమింగ్ మెసేజెస్ ఏంటి, అవుట్ గోయింగ్ మెసేజెస్ ఏంటి, సో ఎనీ థ్రెటనింగ్ కాల్స్ వచ్చినాయా లేదా అని. సో ఇదా మొబైల్ ఫోన్ ఫారెన్సిక్స్ అంటే మొబైల్ ఫోన్స్ లో చెక్ చేయటం అనమాట. సో వాట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్, రిట్రీవ్ ది phone and SIM contacts, call logs, dialed and missed, received all those calls, incoming and outgoing SMS, audios, videos, pair devices, payment devices connect చేసాము, ఏ డివైసెస్ కనెక్ట్ చేసి we have gotten internet services or Bluetooth services or anything wireless services, what we have a paired devices history. And the smartphone has a geolocation. So now we have everyone. So for example, if your geo, that is your location, even mobile location is on. If you reach at some place, automatically it is asked the reviews for. Today you went to some particular place, so whether you have the Google Maps is asking a suggestions whether the particular place having a parking area is there or not, car parking is there or not, besides some availability is there or not, car facility, car parking is there or not. Some of the questions they are asking, these suggestions will be posted in there. Then that is a way the peoples are going to be collect the information from the users. Then another one about GPS forensics is also called a sat nav forensic, is relatively new discipline with the fast spaced world of mobile device forensic. It is used for examining the analyzing GPS devices to retrieve the information such as tracks, logs, track point, waypoints, routes, photos, audios, etc., 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 everything. So through the GPS connection, what are the data we can have? So from through the mobile phone, for example, mobile phone GPS is on. So he was started at morning 7 o'clock. He wake up and he went out, and by 8 o'clock he was reached some particular place. Then later he was started from and go later. A particular time he has taken 2 or 3 photos and is uploaded in Facebook something. So everything related information through this GPS location. So by that we can easily analysis and forensics we can collect it from here. Then email forensics. Email forensics. So deals with the recovery and analysis of emails, including deleted mails, calendars and contacts. So mails ఎలా delete చేశారు, deleted mails కూడా రిట్రీవ్ చేయటం, లేదా క్యాలెండర్లో ఈవెంట్స్ రిట్రీవ్ చేయటం, లేదా కాంటాక్ట్స్ రిట్రీవ్ చేయటం, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ they are going to be talked about. Then the another one is about memory forensics. Is a memory related. It deals with the collecting data from system memory, that is a system registry, cache, RAM, in raw form, and then carrying the data from raw dump. సో అంతే కదా, డిలీటెడ్ మెమరీలో నుంచి కానీ మనకు ఉంటుంది కదా, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ రీసైక్లింగ్ బిన్ లో డేటా, మీరు డేటా డిలీట్ చేశారు, రీసైక్లింగ్ బిన్ లో డేటా ఉంది ఆటోమేటిక్గా, దట్ ఈస్ ద వన్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ రిట్రీవ్. You may shift delete by using some recovery software. We can connect the data. Raw form of data we are going to be collect. It is a raw dump. The name itself we can know that. So what type of forensics we can have related to the memory. Then e-discovery. E-discovery is the process of evaluating solutions for organizations. A defensible e-discovery process is repeatable, systemized, and meet the legal requirements for proper handling and admissibility of computer evidence. Email archiving can be useful complement e-discovery. A defensible e-discovery process is a repeatable, systemized, and to meet the legal requirement in a proper handling admissibility of computer evidence. I think that line was repeated. An idea deal e-discovery process identifies, collects, preserve, process, reviews, and produces relevant electronically stored information. relevant information may be found in unmanaged, unstructured, semi-structured, or structured data source dispersed across the network on desktops, laptops, servers, shared drives, removable storage media, and other devices. Adamina, these discovery, all type of forensics we can collect. So, for example, something is happened, we can go with. So, for example, the problem with the memory, you can directly go with the memory forensics. Later, problem with the mobile phone through the cell phone forensics we can go. So if we don't know about what type of crime was happened, so something problem was happened, but we don't know at what way that was crime was happened. We can directly go this discovery. It is going to be managed everything, structured, unstructured, semi-structured data, everything, which is on laptops, desktops, and servers also. As the name implies, email archiving is limited to the contents of email system since they work only with the set of emails and do not extended to data on the network. An effective, repeatable, and defensible e-discovery response. The plan requires an organization to anticipate proactively anticipate the type of discovery that could be initiated and developed an offensive strategy that employs both technology and human resources. So that is Scott Carlin's in 2009. This e-discovery process of evaluating solutions for organization. So we have providing solution. So a defensible e-discovery is a process of repeatable and systemized to meet the legal requirement for a proper handling and admissibility of computer evidence. So how we can properly handling these computer evidences. An ideal e-discovery process identifies, collects, preserves, process, any. So what these e-discovery process means? The process of identifies, collects, preserves, processes, and reviews and the produce the relevant electronically stored information. So the relevant information may be found in so that processed things, the data may be a structured or semi-structured or unstructured data. So that the data may collected from the desktop, laptops, and servers or shared devices or removable disk storage devices and any other devices. As the name implies, email archiving is limited to the content of email system since they work only with the set of emails, do not extend the data on the network. అదే కదా ఇప్పుడు మనం చెప్తున్నాం. For example, email forensic అంటే only they are going to be talk about email. So memory forensic అంటే they are going to be talk about only memory. So for example, ఇక్కడ email తీసుకున్నామంటే email అంటే ఏంటి? Only outgoing emails అంటే incoming mails అంటే ఎవరు పంపించారు, స్పామ్ లో ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయా, డిలీటెడ్ మెయిల్స్ ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయా, దాని గురించి మాట్లాడతాం. But they don't want to talk about the network here. An effective, repeatable, defensible e-discovery response plan requires an organization protectively anticipate the type of discovery to be initiated to develop the offenses strategy and employs both technology and human resources. So everything they are going to be consolidate and concentrate everything from the start to end. Everything they are going to be concentrate and they are going to be check for the evidences. These evidences are electronical documents. Okay, so have you understand these terminologies? What are the terminologies are there? So we can come to network terminologies and email terminologies, smartphone evidences, smartphone forensics, desk forensics. We have so many forensics, and nearly 10 forensics are there. So each one how we are going to be handle and deal if anything uh, issue is addressed. Issue is addressed based upon that we are going to be solve the problem. So how to solve the problem is once we get an evidence, okay, so something is attack has happened. How can we say that attack is happened? So once you can register, then the process of investigation, the forensic tools are going to be used and they can find so who are the culprits in that. So next one is about digital spectrum. So this one we will see by tomorrow. It is a digital spectrum. What is a spectrum? Simple meaning of what is a spectrum? Spectrum and everything will be there. For example, మనకి మీరు విన్న ఐడియా జేఎన్టీయూ స్పెక్ట్రమ్ ఉంటుంది అంటారు. That is that all subjects are in దాంట్లో చదువుకుంటే చాలా అనుకుంటారు కదా. సేమ్ అలానే వాట్ ఈస్ క్లియర్ డిజిటల్ స్పెక్ట్రమ్? With the advent of a new form of criminality associated with the growth of digital technologies, number of terms are used within the forensic community. These includes cybercrimes, high-tech crime, e-crime, new technology crime to indicate a new and digitalized versions of existing crime. Some crimes can be placed on the spectrum. Spectrum depending upon the extension of digital environment. So in this digital environment, how you can collect the information, how to gather all those things to indicate the digitalized versions of existing crime. So already there is a crime key, how we are going to be collect the information total. That is about a digital spectrum. So even tomorrow we will continue this one with the details in depth. So today we were discuss about what is forensics. So introduction to the forensics. What is a forensic? It is a simple evidence, a digital evidence in order to claim our case, in order to show that some problem is addressed. So how to investigate? So for the purpose of investigate, we can get all those evidences is needed. So for that, these forensics are going to be used. So here various terminologies are there. So desk terminology, memory terminology, email terminology, and so many terminologies are there. Even if we have the final last one is about e-discovery, and before that we have a wireless technology, network forensics. So many forensics are there. So out of these are the. Okay, by tomorrow class we will discuss about a digital spectrum. Okay. Anyone having doubt?